Well, this is where Leah and I work. And it's all snowy as you can see. But this is Community Action of Eastern Iowa. It's the nonprofit organization that I got hired at as a temp, and Leah got hired here too. So we love working here. It's really good. We're learning a lot and helping us pay the bills while we're in Iowa. So right now we're full of snow. I'll take more video home. So, hello everyone. Hopefully you can hear me okay. I'm filming outside here because I wanted you to see the lovely snow that there's to see. And I've left my phone on a tripod because I've tried filming this a few times and I keep getting so many wobbles in the video. It's just not a very good camera for taking photos while you're holding the camera. So I'm on a stand, I'm standing still here. I'm outside of my in-laws' home, so we're staying with Leah's parents, Sue and Howard, which I was referred to the way Leah refers to them, which is Mug and Da. So they're Mug and Da. And I'll probably call them that subconsciously. Anyways, we're doing well out here. It's been really wonderful and a provision from God and just a great deal of generosity from them to let us stay here with them while I finish my undergrad degree. I just took a little bit of video out at Community Action. It was actually yesterday that we did that, and I didn't really tell you very much about it, and I realize now. So let me just say what we do there. It's a nonprofit, and Leah and I both work in the main office. We are in the same office with the CEO and kind of a lady who's been there for many years. This is her last year. She's going to retire. And we get to see so many things happen. And it's really great for me because I'm studying nonprofit management. In fact, that was one of the reasons why I wanted to work in a nonprofit. And we do data entry and kind of handle mail. So a lot of mail comes in, we have to scan it, send it to the right people, sometimes update spreadsheets. And then mail requests come to us because so many people can't work at the office because of COVID. So they're working from home and they send us things that we mail back out. So we get to do a lot of things, and it's really fun because we are entrusted with responsibilities like creating systems to maintain organization and keep track of applications for rental assistance, or not so much of that anymore as energy bill assistance. We get a lot of those. And also emergency supply boxes or food boxes, that kind of thing. So it's really great. When we came back to the States and I knew that we'd be working for a period in Iowa, I prayed for 5 specific things. One was that it'd be a nonprofit, which that is. The second was that it would be close to home, and it's only 5 minutes away. The third would be that it had flexible hours, and it really does. We can really work as much or as little as we want, and whenever we want, almost. It's really great. The fourth was that it would have fair pay, and it pays fairly. And the last thing was that it be in an office, and that's exactly what it is, because I wanted to practice those skills and learn more about that. Sorry for all the traffic. Always a truck there. So it's all 5 of the things that I asked for is what this is, and even Leah gets to work with me, so that's an added 6th thing that I didn't ask for, but it's an extra grace. So we're really grateful for that. It's allowing us to pay for all of our bills, pay for all of our, which we don't have many staying here at Mug and Da, very generous, but all of our expenses that we do have, we're paying for out of the money we earn at this job, which means that all of the money that supporters are sending us right now is going towards our future endeavors in California when I plan to go to seminary. I've been accepted at Master's Seminary, so Lord willing, that will start fall 2021. We're planning to move out in this summer, and we have a good deal of money already saved up because of your generosity, and also being able to just live frugally here. We're just putting things away. We also got a scholarship from the church this year that's helping me to pay for my undergrad degree, and I'll tell you a bit more about that when I go back inside. So we've just seen so much provision, and also we're driving a car that Leah's grandmother gave us. Her grandmother Ruth stopped driving and gave us her car, and that's just been a great provision. We're very thankful to her for that. So right now we're just enjoying time with family. Today's December 31st, last day of 2020, and it's just going really well. I'm planning to graduate in May. I think it's May 9th, May 11th should be my last day of classes, hopefully, and it's all going really well. So I'll tell you more about that inside because it's getting a little cold, but I wanted you to enjoy the snow, I'm certainly enjoying it. I'm a little sad that when we go to California, we won't get to experience the snow. But at the same time, digging out all the snow in the driveway uh, was quite a lot, and I'm still stiff from it. So that's one downside of all the snow. But it's really beautiful, and I love it. So I wanted you to see this. I'll talk to you inside. Hello everyone, sorry for the bad audio in that past clip. I realized it picked up a lot of cars driving by, even sometimes seeming louder than it was picking up myself, and someday I'll get a better mic for the camera, or for my phone, I mean. Anyways, I wanted to show you a little bit of some of the online stuff I've been doing. This is my website, and you can also tell by the style of the video with my little head here in the corner. I've been able to invest in a relatively affordable video editing software that allows me to kind of film my screen, webcam, and take audio all at the same time. It just makes it very convenient. So it's allowing me to develop new styles of videos on YouTube. They're not as popular because they tend to be longer, but they allow me to go more in depth easier, because most of my videos thus far have just been text-based. So I'm kind of aiming for quality of content, or depth of content, I should maybe say, as opposed to kind of more superficial level, or things that just don't go as deep into issues, which is what I end up doing with text videos, because they have to be short. So that's one new thing, and what you're looking at here is it was a website that I made. It's the first website I've ever made. I've done it entirely with code. So that was also a personal project, and a thing that I'm happy to have worked on so much. It's all in Italian, of course. It's got, now a lot of these are coming soon because I have to do a lot of writing to do it, but it's basically a site where you can have a conversation with me without having a conversation with me. You can ask what I think about things, the existence of God, the Trinity, the two natures of Christ, the attributes of God, the sovereignty of God. And then I find a little quiz here. So you can click on things. It's got a little index. That's, I don't know why the picture's not loading so fast, but usually it would. You can click on these little navigation things. Anyways, this isn't very impressive to anybody to look at, but it's my baby because I spent a lot of time learning how to make it. And you can test yourself on the knowledge of the content that I made based on the articles that somebody has read. They can answer these questions. So like this says, the omnipotence of God means that God can what? He can sin, he can cease to exist, he can contradict himself, or he can do what he wants. And based on the answer that you click, it'll tell you if you got it correct or not. And then you can click on why, and it'll tell you kind of why the answer is that way. So that's the thing I made. It's just designed to increase the interactivity with people who watch the YouTube channel. I haven't invested tons and tons into it yet. I wanted to give it enough so that it can be on the internet, but I haven't really advertised for it very much. But it's been a little helpful because sometimes people ask questions that I've already answered on this website, and I can just say, go look at my website, read more about it, and maybe you'll want to click on other things. So it's the thing I want to continue learning about. Learning about programming has been a lot of fun. I've just about finished a Python programming class, which would be more back-end stuff, not this website type thing here, at least not the front end. And that's been a lot of fun too. So I'm definitely learning things about myself and things that I enjoy, and hopefully finding ways to integrate them into ministry. The YouTube channel is going well. It's got 843 subscribers. A lot of the videos don't have as many views, but you'll see the most popular one. Some of these have a couple thousand, but the most popular one, the Proof That God Exists video, has, sorry for that audio there, has 49,588 views and 2,548 comments, some of them with me, some of them just people arguing amongst themselves whether the video is rubbish or whether I'm right. You can see I've got a lot of likes and also a lot of dislikes. Definitely caused a lot of controversy with that. I had no idea that this video would get that popular. I just intended this YouTube channel to be a thing where people who talk to me at the sign could kind of continue the conversation, since they wouldn't give me their phone number. But it just took on legs of its own, and it's allowed me to do things. I think it was back in November, Leah and I went to Minnesota to visit a friend who works at Northwestern, and also a friend who was an intern with us in Italy, and then another friend, to visit a few people. and we stayed at an Airbnb, and it was just a lovely looking Airbnb in a classic home. And we went there and ended up discovering that the hosts, the man and his wife, the two hosts, well, the husband was an elder at John Piper's church, so it was pretty crazy. They were really sweet people to meet. We spent an evening with them talking about life and their ministry and everything, and it was just really great. We're really grateful to meet them, and we became Facebook friends with them too. So, and while we were there, I woke up one day and saw this comment that somebody left on one of my videos, and I'm just going to translate for you. It's probably the most encouraging comment I've ever received. It says, hello, I wanted to make a comment, not so much on the video, which I haven't yet seen, but on your operation of the channel. At the beginning, I watched your video with interest, but I did not agree. I was angry with God, and I saw him as a sadist who gave laws and then burned us in hell. Then, thankfully, God called me, and I converted, repenting of my sins and accepting the sacrifice of Jesus for humanity and his great love for me and the other men. Be praised, God, for having called me. Your videos, however, even though when I watched them I didn't agree, they placed in me a solid basis for the faith that I have now. Maybe I would not have converted even if, maybe I would not have converted without your work, even if it is God who is the one who actually converts people. So thank you infinitely. I hope that God will repay you very well in heaven. Thank you, brother, new brother, and keep going. And I've received a few emails based on the Italian grammar. I can tell that this is a female writing because Italian allows us to see certain things English doesn't see. And I don't know too much about her, and I kind of keep a lot of information private. I don't care too much about details of people's life when we're just talking over the internet. But I've also received an email from her, and she is interested in starting her own YouTube channel and doing evangelistic videos. So she asked me for some technical advice on how to do things a little while ago. So it's really neat just to see that happened, and it was quite encouraging. You just very rarely do I get to see something so neat. And I've gotten several emails over the months of people just encouraging me and saying, keep doing what you're doing. You're helping me a lot. I've started reading the Bible because of your channel and a lot of interesting things. So it's really great because while I'm focused mostly on studies at this time of life, people are watching YouTube videos sometimes that I've made months and months or even years ago, and they're interacting with them, and they're thinking, and it's leading them to think more about God. So that's the whole point, and I'm just thankful to have that. I don't know which screen I want to kind of focus us on. Just there you can see I was kind of doing a similar video. There's my head right there, and I'm sort of walking through a series on Matthew right now. It's a lot of work to keep up with everything else and do this series. I'm trying to go a little deeper into the Bible with these series, with this series videos, but it takes a lot of work. Some other things Lee and I are investing in. We've got several friends in Italy we hear from regularly. We've got, I'm trying to think how many people we regularly meet with to do discipleship. And they kind of have been added to us recently. Some of them, I think there's probably about four or so kind of groups of people, sometimes one or two people at a time, where we try to call them once every 2 weeks or once every week to do Bible study or just to talk. And they're people that we knew from the church before it closed, or people who moved into the new church with us in Pordenone, or people we met at the new church. And in one case, it's 2 children of the family that we know, and then I meet with the parents separately. And in another case, it's the son. That's a 15-year-old boy who I may have mentioned before. He studies what's called the classical high school, because there's different high schools in Italy. So he studies ancient Greek and ancient Latin in his high school studies. And I said, well, why don't you read the New Testament in Greek? So we read the New Testament together in Greek every Saturday usually. and we just talk about it. We go through just 2 verses at a time, and for the people at St. Gabriel, if you know anything about the Tuesday morning men's Bible study, it's kind of in that vein of just not preparing anything beforehand, kind of inductive, just reading 1 or 2 verses, if that, and trying to think through it. So it's a really great time to do that, and he's just a 15-year-old boy, so it's really impressive to see a young man who does that. So we're able to do some ministry here, and we're thankful for that. We terribly miss people in Italy. Lee and I both get to participate in different activities, and during Christmas, they did an online Christmas Eve service, and we were able to participate through Zoom and just follow along, and people are always very welcoming to us. So we miss them terribly, and assure them that we are very much intent on coming back after we finish our studies. And as far as our plans, we should be out there this summer if everything goes well. I can't think of any reason why I wouldn't. I've completed most of my classes. I'm well over halfway now. I've got another 2 classes to do outside of City Vision University, and then 3 to do with City Vision University. So I've basically got 5 classes left after I pass 1 test. So I technically have 6, but I have 1. That test should be very easy, and then I'll be down to 5. So it's going very well. Some things you can pray for us. We need a place to stay in California, of course. It's an expensive place to live, and gruesome Newsom's over there got you guys on lockdown, and hopefully it's over by the time we go there, but who knows. So we're going to step into that and just ask for you to pray for us to find a place to stay. Probably in the San Gabriel area would be good, even though I'll be studying at Master's Seminary. We want to spend a lot of time with you guys down there in San Gabriel, and I kind of think it's a more affordable place to live down in the valley there, but maybe you guys know better than me. I know some of you guys are in real estate, and you can maybe give us some suggestions on where we should look. You can pray for us to find jobs in California, because we're doing temporary jobs right now that should last us through our stay here in Iowa, but we're going to need to find something new when we get there. So pray for us to find something as the Lord provides. Pray for us in the traveling process. We're probably going to drive from Davenport to Los Angeles, and I think that's a 27-hour drive. So it'll take a few days for us to do that, but we'll be driving because we'll probably have some objects that we'll bring with us instead of flying. So that's probably the plan. Things are going really well. Everything's on schedule here. Learning a lot about nonprofit management. I just started another accounting class, and be taking a introduction to nonprofit management. It's just kind of the way it worked out. I'm taking an introduction to nonprofit management almost at the end of the degree, but I'll be starting that in about 2 weeks. So lots to learn. Learned a lot already, and looking forward to being there with you guys in California soon. And definitely we are enjoying connecting with Crosspoint Baptist Church out here in Davenport, and some other churches. So, well, at least one other church a little bit. So looking forward to seeing you. God bless you. Give us an email if you have any questions, and looking forward to it. Goodbye.